Welcome to section 4 of this course, Apollo Client Local and Remote Data. And this video is titled Apollo Client Cache. We will see how the data is cached on the client and how we can get the latest fresh data from the server by adding polling to our queries. Let's get started by creating a copy of our existing application Apollo Query Mutation into Apollo Query Polling. In this application, we will see how the data is cached on the client and how we can modify the query component to refetch the latest data automatically. First, we will create another query on the server that will return all the records from our database. Then we'll create a component that will send that query and render the record. And finally, we will keep inserting new records with the mutation component and re-render the newly inserted records with the query component. Let's open that application in the code editor and add that query on the server. In the server index.js file, we can call that query all cars, which will return the cars array, our mock database that we define it right here. And we also have to add the query into the schema, which basically will return array, a list of car types. Now we can quickly verify that the query is working properly. In the playground, localhost port 4000, all cars. We can ask for a brand, for example, and returns the two records that we have in our database. On the front end, in the source folder, in the app component, let's remove these 5 components. We don't need them. We only need the cars mutation component, and let's see if it works. Yes, we can insert new records. Now let's create a new component called all cars. This will be the component that will render all our records. At the beginning, this will be a very basic component. We are using query from React Apollo just to display all the data. This is the easiest way. We are passing the query as a prop, and after we're checking the status, loading, and the error. And if there is no error, we're looping through all the records and render the ID and the brand. Now in the app.js file, let's render that component. First import it, then render it, and let's see in the browser we have rendered the 2 records that we have in our database. There are a few options that we can sync our query component with the server. The first one is by calling the refetch function. We already did that. By calling that function, a query will be sent to the server and we will bypass the cache. The second option is by adding a poll interval, a prop, to the query component. It takes milliseconds, and in this example, we will refetch data from the server every 1 second. From the prop function, we can also get 2 functions, start and stop polling. We can use them to control the polling interval. Start polling takes milliseconds as an argument, and stop polling will stop the interval. And now let's see how we can implement the polling in our query. Back to the code, let's just add the poll interval prop, which is probably the simplest way of syncing our query. Let's put 1 second, save it. And now in the browser, if we insert a new record, eventually will be rendered by the query component. And if we keep inserting, the component will refetch the latest data. Now let's add the rest of the options. Let's have the refetch. We will add a button that will call that function. We also want to start the poll interval by clicking on a button, so we don't need this prop. We will pass 1 second as an argument, and next we want to have a button that will stop the polling. We also need to return them from the prop function. And now looks like successfully is compiled. Let's go to the browser, and if we refresh, we have these records. If we insert 1, we will not see a rendering, but if we start polling, we will eventually see the record, and we can also stop the polling. And now we can insert more records, and we can manually refetch all the records. Now we know how easy it is to make our queries real-time by polling the server.